Hello everyone, welcome back to High Roller Reviews. Today we will be reviewing HIJACK Season 1 Episode 3. At this time I ask if you find this video at all interesting or helpful to subscribe and hit the like button. Every little bit helps. Episode 3 starts directly where Episode 2 left off, where we see Alice from British Air Traffic Control convincing Zara, a British counterterrorism agent, that Flight KA-29 should be a cause for concern. She explains that the flight is 3 degrees off course and that since the attacks of 9/11, pilots have been trained to deviate their course to alert ground control of a possible incident occurring. Zara immediately approaches her supervisor and requests the JTAC duty officer, which stands for Joint Terrorism Analysis Center. Zara then informs her supervisor, who is currently covering for the JTAC duty officer.
We have a suspected hijack of a British passenger plane due to arrive in London in 5 hours.
The married couple sitting directly behind Sam, only credited as Passenger 1 and Passenger 2, start arguing loudly in Arabic, capturing the attention of the rest of the first class. They try to decipher the exact nature of the argument. Sam is then informed that the husband believes the hijackers are using blanks in their weapons, which is undoubtedly how this episode gets its name, Draw a Blank. British Air Traffic Control delves deeper into the pilot's situation, attempting to determine the precise reason behind his deviation from the designated flight path. Alice devises a trick to use Istanbul Air Traffic Control to see how compromised the pilot is once he hits Turkish airspace without tipping off the potential hijackers.
Kingdom 29 is leaving northern Iraq and just entering Turkish airspace. Let's have Istanbul challenge the pilot one more time on this change of route.
It is revealed that the passenger who suspects the hijackers are using blanks has 30 years of Egyptian military experience. Hugo, determined to ascertain whether the hijackers are indeed employing blanks, initiates a plan to send a message back to the other passengers, urging them to locate the bullet fired from the gun in Episode 2. Sam tries to convince Hugo to reconsider his actions by disclosing the plan he and the pilot have formulated to notify ground control about the hijacking. However, Hugo remains resolute in his disagreement. Despite the plan's lackluster execution, it manages to succeed in delivering a note to the passengers in the business class section of the plane. Although the note might be challenging to read in the video, its primary instruction is for the passengers to turn on their reading lights if they do not find any evidence of a bullet. Upon entering Turkish airspace, Istanbul Air Traffic Control challenges the pilot regarding his deviation from the intended route. As a result, the pilot is compelled to make a course correction. Alice from British Air Traffic Control proceeds to inform the British Counter-Terrorism Unit about the existence of a precedent where pilots state one thing but act differently.
I was just saying that there are precedents for this. Pilots will say one thing but do another, zigzag, so the ground realizes there's a problem.
Once the counter-terrorism unit realizes that the pilot's course is taking a zigzag pattern, they deduce that the plane has been hijacked. The subsequent scene depicting a show of dominance between the lead hijacker, Stuart, and the protagonist, Sam, played by Idris Elba. I invite you guys to share your comments on this scene to hopefully give me a better understanding of what the director was going for. Hopefully you guys can give me a better perspective on the scene's significance because I'm not ashamed to say it. That one completely flew over my head. In this episode, there are several instances where the focus shifts away from the main action, which can be seen as the C-story or a subplot. When directors construct their narrative structure, they typically begin with the A story, which in this case is the hijacking of the plane and the reasons behind it. The B story encompasses everything happening with the passengers, air traffic control, and the counterterrorism unit. The importance of these storylines may vary based on the director's assessment. Then, sprinkled throughout the episode, we have the C story, which involves the main protagonist Sam's personal life. This subplot provides insight into Sam's background or explores his relationships outside of the hijacking situation. From my perspective, this subplot is what I consider to be the C story. Opinions may differ regarding the significance and placement of various storylines, but it's common for directors to include multiple threads to add depth and complexity to a narrative. Directors often have the creative freedom to merge different storylines and create connections between them. In this case, the director blends the C storyline, involving Sam's wife giving a speech about taking action, with the B storyline, which focuses on Sam's involvement in the hijacking and his decision-making process. By having Sam's wife directly address the theme of taking action, it sparks a change in Sam's outlook. It motivates him to shift from a passive approach of letting things play out with ground control to actively investigating whether the bullets used by the hijackers are blanks or not. Next, we hear the counterterrorism supervisors say this.
Right, the Foreign Secretary is on her way. She's asked that we base ourselves here rather than waste time decamping to Cobra.
The term COBRA, which stands for Cabinet Office Briefing Room A. COBRA meetings are convened to address high-priority issues that span across different government departments. These meetings typically occur at the Cabinet Office, located behind the Prime Minister's residence at 10 Downing Street. In a tense phone conversation, Daniel urges Zara to obtain a copy of the flight manifest, emphasizing its importance to her investigation. Meanwhile, viewers witness Stewart, the lead hijacker, reactivating the airplane's Wi-Fi and leaving a cryptic voicemail message.
Please leave a message after the tone.
Operation has commenced. The plane is under control. You'll move.
Zara receives a call regarding the flight manifest and discovers that out of the 216 names listed, only one individual stands out as a person of interest when cross-referenced with the police national computer. Recognizing the time sensitivity, with just 4 hours and 12 minutes remaining until the plane is scheduled to land at London's Heathrow Airport, Zara makes the decision to break protocol and share the flight manifest with Daniel. Sam's plan to discreetly deliver his note, containing pictures of the two different bullets, to the girls in economy class through the distribution of water throughout the plane is executed flawlessly.
Just a girl in 23B.
B for blanks.
Zara's decision to break protocol and provide Daniel with the manifest proves to be justified, as he discovers that 5 people listed on the manifest do not actually exist. Which means he most likely found the fake identities of the 5 hijackers. During the commotion caused by Nasir's attempt to retrieve his uncle's medication from the overhead compartment, Sam initiates his final plan alongside Hugo. Their objective is to take down the eldest hijacker, who has the most people to guard in the economy class section. Meanwhile, as Sam progresses towards the back of the plane, viewers witness Stewart, one of the hijackers, grabbing one of the overnight bags that Sam found suspicious back in episode 1. Sam manages to surprise the older hijacker, but discovers that he is more formidable than expected. As Sam struggles with the older hijacker, we see Stewart unloading the blanks from his clip and filling it with live rounds. Eventually, the hijacker retrieves his gun, and right at the moment when Sam mentions that they know the bullets are blanks, a gunshot is heard. The camera swiftly shifts to the exterior of the plane as it continues flying, leaving the viewers in suspense until the next week's episode. This is where I like to open things up to you guys. Who do you think Stewart shot in the final seconds? In my opinion, I think it was Marcus/Terry, the oldest hijacker.